Welcome back to my channel. I'm finna do reaction to jail calls lead detective straight to Folio's killers.
Julio murder case reveals shocking new details. From the very beginning, Jacksonville detectives appeared to know exactly who was involved in the killing. Jail calls on the day of the murder between gang associates played a critical role in leading them straight to a suspect. A lot of new details in this video. I'm sure a lot's going to come out over the next.
Cause y'all don't know how to keep your mouth closed, bro. Like, what happened to gangsters move in silence? You feel me? Like, what happened to that?
This week when the trial continues. Once I heard about jail calls in the trial this week, I got interested and had to start reading. These jail calls led them straight to Isaiah Chance. I'm gonna read the full document. Hit subscribe. Let's go. First thing we got here: notice of intent to reply upon a gang expert in testimony and call the following witnesses as experts in the trial: Detective Richard Nieder of JSO to provide expert testimony regarding ATK gang and its Jacksonville gang activity. Detective Craig Griffin, another JSO detective, to provide expert testimony regarding 1200 gang and its Jacksonville gang activity. Detective Trey McCullough, JSO, to provide expert testimony regarding 6 Block gang and its Jacksonville gang activity. And Detective Christopher Drabeck to provide expert testimony regarding Jacksonville gang activity. So I would imagine all of those detectives are going to testify next week. And honestly, you know how I feel about gang detectives, and the YSL trial was horseshit because they are just interpreting gang language and like pretty much assuming a lot of shit. I get they can know certain gang terms, but calling them an expert in a trial seems a little fishy to me. Another interesting thing I found deep in the records today: motion to withdraw as attorney of record from last December, so 10 months ago. One of Alicia's attorneys didn't want to be her attorney anymore, so I was like, who is this? Multiple grounds for withdrawal. On November 1st, 2024, undersigned counsel entered its notice of appearance as co-counsel in his case to represent Ms. Andrews. Undersigned counsel and lead counsel for the defense have irreconcilable differences that make it uncomfortable for the undersigned to continue representing Ms. Andrews as co-counsel. The undersigned is attempting in good faith to resolve this matter, however, it does not seem likely to resolve. If the undersigned withdraws, Ms. Andrews still has lead counsel Lenina Hurdle representing her. So obviously this is not her lawyer now. This would have been her lawyer. The above described matters constitute good cause for withdrawal. And guess who it is? It's Jeremy McClement, who is her current lawyer that is in her trial. So it seems like the other lady withdrew and he didn't, or Alicia picked him over her, but it seems like they had some sort of disagreement over how to do this trial and didn't want to do it together. Now here's where things get really interesting. I found the affidavit on the file system, which goes over pretty much the entire murder, how they tracked him, how they did anything. It's pages and pages of the shit. It starts with the 911 call of the shooting and everything, right? We already saw a lot of this in the trial already. 2 of the shooters armed with ARs, 1 with a pistol. They found out it was Foolio very quickly, obviously. They very quickly figured out what the suspect vehicle was, the Impala. Ultimately, Jacksonville Sheriff's Office Detective Christopher Drabeck, who is going to be a witness, who has in-depth knowledge of the victim and the gang he's affiliated with, 6 Block, and the rival gang that he is feuding with, ATK and HG, made contact with lead homicide detective Juan Ramos to provide intelligence. JSO detective Drabeck provided intelligence sourced from their investigative means, which revealed that 2 out of the 3 possible shooters involved in this homicide were suspected to be Isaiah J. Chance, with Instagram handle Gutta Zay, and Rashad T. Murphy, with Instagram handle Ghost187. So somehow, some way, this detective from Jacksonville, not even in Tampa, already knew who was involved in the shooting, sourced from their investigative means. It sounds like someone snitched, if you ask me. What does that even mean? How do you instantly know who the 2 people are involved are? The NIBIN correlation solidified the belief that suspects were most likely from Jacksonville. So they obviously tracked the guns back to Jacksonville with other NIBIN hits of the shell casings. Detective Drabeck provided extensive intelligence related to their prior and potential ongoing investigations. Drabeck was also provided video of the homicide for his review. And here are the jail calls. As part of the assistance provided, Drabeck monitored jail calls of an inmate, Shane Payne, someone born in 2007. So this kid is only like 17 or 18 years old. Okay, while editing this video, I had to put this in. This Shane Payne kid apparently murdered his father, accused of murdering father and then killing his accomplice just 3 days later. Shane Payne enlisted a friend to murder his father and then turned on his friend and killed him 3 days later. Holy shit. It's crazy that these people throw their lives away this quickly. Who used another inmate's jail pen to make outgoing calls, which is very common. While doing so, Payne called females and utilized them to make 3-way calls, which is a common way to conceal who the inmate's actually talking to. I've seen this so many times in cases. In the YSL trial, the Melly trial, like literally every trial, they're always doing 3-way calls. I think Lil Durk did it and got in trouble. Detective Drabeck has monitored a large number of Payne's calls and has had personal contact with him in the past and is familiar with his voice. On 6/24/24, the day of the murder, I think, the morning after pretty much, Payne made 2 calls of immediate interest, both utilizing another inmate's pen and a female to call another party on 3-way. During the first call, he says to add Shots, who is known by Detective Drabeck to be Tayshawn Thomas, born in 2000, a local rapper known as Tay Shots. During this call, Thomas says he is sipping on Don Julio, which Detective Drabeck has learned is a diss to the victim in this case and who is known as Julio Foolio. During the same call, Payne refers to Double G, known to Detective Drabeck to be Isaiah Chance, also known as Gutta, did OT with the big rapper. Drabeck knows from experience and knowledge that the big rapper refers to the victim in this case and OT refers to violent crime. These 2 guys on this jail call are using basically coded language, saying Double G and OT, and they're sipping on Don Julio. And this detective very quickly figured out they're talking about Isaiah Chance because his name is Gutta Zay. And this is the day of the murder. So these 2 fuckers are pretty much giving the detective more information without realizing it because they're using terrible coded language. Why are you talking about this shit on jail calls? Do you really need to do this? During the second reference call, Payne provides a phone number to the female to add in on 3-way. The phone number was identified by Detective Drabeck as belonging to Sean Walcott, another person born in 06, also known as LaShawn, who was a documented member of the 1200 gang. During that call, while laughing about an incident they were discussing, Walcott says that he retired now, and he'd been texting me. Then says he hung his jersey up, he retired. Walcott says he was just texting me, and confirms to Payne that he's talking about Double G, Isaiah Chance. Payne tells Walcott to tell him Double G to keep your head on a swivel. Detective Drabeck has conducted a previous investigation involving Isaiah Chance, Double G, Gutta, and is familiar with his physical appearance, this. J-Beck believes that one of the shooters shares the same characteristics as Chance and the relation to his thin build, height, and tall hair causing the hood of the shooter to protrude upwards past the head. Well, that's weird because Chance wasn't a shooter, so he's tripping on this. Tall hair. What's he talking about? I think they messed that up and they're talking about, they fucked that up. He's not, Isaiah Chance wasn't a shooter. I don't know what they're talking about there. Maybe they're talking about one of the Murphys having big hair because he does have big hair. I think Rashad does. So it sounds like Isaiah Chance was texting someone about retiring and hung up his jersey. And then someone told him to keep his head on a swivel. And then, of course, they talk about the LPR database, how they track the cars. They talk about pulling over Sean Gaithright, and he has all these guns in the car that match shootings. NIBIN testing the spent rifle casings found in Sean Gaithright had a positive match to 2 JSO cases. The case is linked to a homicide on 5/23/24, a month before he killed Foolio, where a victim was killed in the same cul-de-sac where Isaiah Chance's aka Gutazay girlfriend Alexia Marshall lives. This motherfucker killed someone a month before. That's pretty much what that means, right? You have shell casings linked to a murder 1 month before Foolio. I mean, this guy's a crash out shooter. This is fucking terrifying. This guy did not care about life at all or his life. He threw his life away. The second case the rifle casings linked to was a JSO case on 10/7/23, which was the attempted murder where the victim Julio was shot in the foot in Jacksonville. At Isaiah Chance's house, they found a Glock 9mm pistol with extended magazine, notes detailing Glock switches in a notebook, a backpack containing dark clothing, and a ski mask consistent with the type of clothing that shooters and the Tampa homicide wore. JSO detectives also observed a drawing with fists making a thumbs down symbol and the word bully down, which indicate they knew from their intimate knowledge of the rivalry between ATK and 6 Block gangs was a diss. I didn't know Isaiah Chance had all that in his house. That's insane. The clothing, the ski mask, a Glock. These boys, did they even try to cover up their crimes? And then they also did a search warrant on Gaithright's house where they found more 9mm spent casings. NIBIN hit matched the casings to the homicide. Like, you're literally so cooked. You're keeping shell casings in your house that are linked to a homicide. Another document I found, defense trial witness list. So these are people that the defense can call if they want to, if they decide to, during trial. After the state does their case, they have a chance to. Jasmine Glennon, I don't know who that is. I don't know who majority of these people are. I only know a few. Damali, Kyle, Anthony Alava, Kyla Enright. Oh, this Kyla person was someone that they tried to get the location of Foolio from. That's the name I recognize from that. So I think Gaithright or someone texted her trying to get the location of Foolio the night of the murder. So I don't know why the defense would want to call her. Charmaine Steiger is one of the Murphys that got arrested, the girlfriend that they was in the car with. So I don't really know why they would want to call her. Lorna Allen, don't know. Nevia Gaithright, 03. So what I would guess here is this is Sean Gaithright's sister. Why do they want to call her? Oh my God. Sean Gaithright's sister is missing the fuck out of her brother right now. She posts on story, free my N-word, Sean and tell motherfucker backwards, man. Robert Howard III. Now this name I recognized. This is Kenny Capps, who was obviously a friend of Foolio's. He's the one that's accused of killing that kid at the football game that Alicia apparently knew, remember? I don't know if he ever went to jail for it. I think he might have went to jail for it, but somehow he got out. Because this Reddit post says Kenny Capps stayed solid and came home only to lose 3 close friends and get hit with a federal indictment within a few months. This street shit's scary, y'all. So he got federally indicted too for federal drug charges, 50 grams or more of pure actual methamphetamine. He faces a minimum of 10 years up to life in federal prison. Right after he got released from jail, I think for that murder. This Reddit post says, what is Kenny Capps known for? I'm for real don't know. Going to jail for something he didn't do. The shooting at Reigns where Spaz was killed. He was at the Out East reunion where Trey D died. He was allegedly in the car when Papa and his people got hit. As get back for Trey D, he was locked in case Shardy, Bibby, Mitch, him and Bibbs got in a fight at the high school. So if he actually testifies, that's gonna be crazy. I don't know if the defense will call him or not. We don't know. And then Sergeant Aaron Campbell from Tampa Police Department, another witness on the defense witness list. So the defense clearly has some plans to do something because they're gonna need a Hail Mary or else this girl's probably cooked. I'd say 99% chance, maybe 99.9. That's pretty much it for this video. Hit subscribe. Thanks for support.
All right, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think in the comments about that part.
Just like that, just like that, throwing it back, she throwing it back, just like that, just like that, she throwing it back, she throwing it back, just like that, she throwing it.
Chelsea, baby, send me a beat.
I always knew I can do this. Hold on, be quiet, don't say shit. I always knew I can do this. Hold on, be quiet, don't say shit. I always knew that I can do this. Hold on, wait, be quiet, don't say shit.